Let me go there. Yeah, we start with preface. We haven't yet finished. We went into page 7, but it's just amazing. It was more how you explain things in here, how the book is, and also explaining how people see things. Two people could be in the same event. How does it change things? So I wanted everyone to talk because it was like kind of quiet, and everyone to give example. And Janet has given example how she came here, how she was thinking that life would be easier, but it was totally different. But the way she has seen coming to the Voice of Nation, going to forums in different places, she has learned a lot, even though things are difficult, but she now see she can speak. She knows how the things going there. She's not the one going to change the situation. And also, Priska said, I think you heard what Priska said while I was explaining. And me, myself, I've given them also example, my example being asylum seeker, how life was. So it didn't change my situation, but I changed my way to see things. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sarah, for updating me. First of all, I must say, Priska, please, I'll give you a call. I am so sorry. You have to follow me up when I have to do something for you. I'm really sorry. Sarah, I told you we had to get her letter written. I'm not sure.
I have explained to her that I did.
Thank you. I just apologize again. We'll talk to her later. Perfect. Thank you all so very much. Amazing, beautiful, wonderful ladies. How are you all doing? You all look fabulous.
Thank you.
I just have to put my stuff off. Apologies. Thank you all for joining. I've got some people on Facebook as well. Perfect. So we're looking at the power of perception, and we actually are today, that's the particular topic we are on. Am I right, Sarah?
Yes.
So just to give a recap again where we all are, I just want to say congratulations to all you wonderful, phenomenal ladies, because you are truly doing amazing. You've come from a place where you've had injustices, you've had a lot of trials, troubles, you know. Some of you had to fight to be where you are today. So I celebrate and I congratulate you, and we want to encourage you to keep going. We want to encourage you to know that you are not alone. We are here to support you. We are here to work with you, but there are so many other people who truly care for you and want to walk this journey with you. And also, I just want you to be reminded before we step into the theme, it's all about unlocking mental resilience. It's all about becoming resilient. I'll give a brief recap, then we'll dive into our strategy, or one of the blueprints we are looking at today, which is perception. We have already looked at how important it is for us to become self-aware, for us to know who we are, know our strengths, because we said resilience is our ability, capacity to be able to bounce back, to be able to return to the original state that we were created to function at, without problems, without diseases, without mental breakdown and all of that. And for us to be talking about returning or bouncing back, it means that we must have hit a surface, rock bottom. Someone must have pushed you. Someone must have put pressure on you. And then you are restoring. You are being restored. You are returning to your original position prior to the knockout or the knockdown or the pressure or the hit. So if you are going through challenges now, if you are at rock bottom now, if you are struggling now, I want to tell you, you are in the right place. You don't have to be dismayed. You don't have to be so worried, because that is why your muscles of resilience are needed. This is when it's needed. You're going to be able to get the tools, resources, and blueprints to rise up, to bounce back, to get back into your original state. And once you get back, you must have learned something, because whenever we go through life challenges, we never come out the same way we were prior to going through those challenges. We always come out better if we are open to learn, to look at what the story, the situation, the experience has to teach us. So we should always have an open mind, Okay, some of you are going through maybe health challenges, some of you are going through relationship challenges, some of you are going through employment challenges, business challenges, immigration challenges, you know, and far more than that, personal development, health and well-being, mental health challenges, you name it. Some of us are going through those challenges, but I want us to be open. I want us to think, think about what this challenge wants to reveal to us, what this situation wants to reveal to us. Remember last week, we looked at the egg, carrot, and coffee. 3 completely different objects, which are completely different characteristics, yet they all went through hot water, boiling process. The same amount of time, the same amount of water, the same amount of heat. They went through, and at the end of that boiling process, after 10 minutes, they were taken off. They came out differently. Not because the challenge was difficult, the challenge was peculiar or whatever, but because of their intrinsic characteristics and values. Because of what the egg is naturally fragile. A fragile egg, once it goes through boiled water, it becomes harder, resilient. Some of us, those challenges come to make us more resilient. We are super fragile. The least thing in life, we break down, we cry, we become depressed. We don't talk to anyone. We isolate ourselves. No. Life is coming to teach you that there is a greater part in you. You are so powerful. You are far stronger than the challenge that's presented in front of you. And for the carrot, we saw that it was rigid, hard. After the boiling process, it became softer and more flexible. And it had a great aroma. For some of you, you are so hard on yourself. You are so critical. You are so judgmental. And we are not blaming you. You've grown up maybe in situations where everyone is judging you. Everyone is putting you down. Everyone is so hard on you. So you've naturally grown up that way, thinking to be hard on yourself is the norm. Thinking you are never good enough because no one has ever told you you are great or you are worth anything. So you pick up that habit. This challenge is coming now, that boiling process, hot water, not to destroy you, not to bring out something that never existed in you, but to make you more flexible, more adaptable. So you are softer, you are kinder, you are loving, you are more forgiving towards yourself and also others. And for some of us, like that coffee, we transform the situation. We don't even wait to come out, and that's the best. Challenges are meant to reveal your purpose. If we never went through challenges, honestly, for a lot of us, we would not be able to actually unlock our full potential and life purpose. The hot water, once the coffee was placed into it and boiled, it transformed the water. It became coffee. So perception is all about how you see. Like Sarah said in the new book, Destiny, can you get me a copy of that book, please? If you wipe your hands, please, The Power of Perception. Thank you. It's how we see things, how we see, understand, interpret what is going on within us. This will mean the thoughts, you know, what we are going, the ideas, the desires, the visions. What do you make of them? What meaning do you give the desire you have within you? Is it like, oh, I'm always wanting so much? Maybe some of you, you're not complacent where you are. You think you deserve more. You think you have so much talent and gifts to be able to do much more than you are doing now. So you desire more. But maybe you're around people who don't have that desire to be better, to grow, to become the best version. And they tell you, oh, you're so much. You think that you always have to shine. You think that you always have to be the best. You just have to understand that you as maybe a woman, you as a black, you as an Asian, you as a whatever, as a single mother, you know, as society says it, all the levels. You cannot go so far. You cannot be this, you cannot be that, you cannot achieve that. So now you change the perception about your way of thinking, about your desires, about your dreams. You start seeing it through the thoughts, through the eyes of other people. And then you quench that desire within you to be great. So perception is not only about seeing what is externally. It goes beyond that. And first and foremost, it's far more important because we can only change our inner world. I cannot change the external world. I don't like the cold so much. If I had the magic wand, I will ensure there is no winter. I will bring the African climate to the UK. But I can't do that. I didn't create this world. I have no power to change what I didn't create. The only thing I have the power to do is to change my perception about the winter season. Okay, maybe he wants me to stay a bit indoors. Maybe he wants me to dress warmly. Not like Sarah, who is going all over the place. You know, it's about, I'm joking now, but I'm really serious. Okay, it's good to joke. Life is so funny. Life is so great. Life is beautiful, honestly. Again, it's how we see life. If you see life as beautiful, you'll be full of joy. And life will show you more of its beauty. Because our mind is so powerful. What we tend to see, our mind has the ability to magnify it. So if you see one beauty, your mind has the ability to make it to 15, 20, and amplify it. Which is why when we plant one seed, one orange seed, it's a principle of nature, the principle of creation, the principle of multiplication. You never have one orange fruit. You have much more in abundance. We are created to dominate. We are created to multiply. Our mind is designed to amplify that which we see. So it gives us the fuel and energy to go for it, to strive for it. We are motivated. We are inspired to keep seeking, searching, and going for that better life. So what do you see as you pause? When you think about your situation, because like I said, the more tricky thing or the greater part of our life, of our being that has the power to control us or to imprison us is our mind. The real prisons in life are not the prisons out there where you have guards standing there that you can't go out. How many of us believe that some people are stuck as prisoners in their own minds? Their thoughts have told them for so long, you can't be any better. You're only a woman. You're only a black. You're only whatever. You're quite young. You're only from Africa, whatever it is. And they now are stuck there. They see all the dreams, the desires, their heart's desires that they would have loved to step out and leave. But because they are closed, they are locked in the prison of their mind, of their thoughts. Their thoughts is limiting them. Those limiting beliefs within them that you cannot be so much, you cannot be better. Who says you cannot be happy when you don't have a British citizenship? I said there are so many British out there. Have we seen that? Unfortunately, they are out there in the streets. Some are homeless. Some are begging. If we go back to Africa, in my country where I came from, just go back to where you were in school. Maybe I'm sure all of us here have been to primary school. Some of us might not have finished university, but I guess I'm talking to amazing, wonderful women who are literates. We must have been to primary school. Okay? Some people will say right now, because I'm studying in English, it's not my first language. That's why I'm not doing well in school. Some people in their village, they teach you in your dialect that you've known all your life. There will be people in that class who will be the last. There will be people who will be the first. If you go back to where you came from, in Africa, there are people who are wealthy, who are rich, there are people who are poor. If you go in every environment, even in a home, siblings, cousins, in the same home, some will be like, oh, I can't stand it. This home, they are always arguing. Everyone is so negative. Some are like, wow, if you people want to stay in negativity, I'm leaving this place. I'm super positive. I'm not going to stay stuck here. If you want to follow me to a better life, to a more fulfilling, purposeful, and positive life, I'm going to run with you. But I'm not going to stay stuck in here. I am the light. I'm going to bring light in the home. But we all have lights in our home, isn't it? At night, I never sleep with the lights. I turn off my light. Some people still make the choice. It's not like life is not beautiful. It's not like there is no beauty out there. It's not like there is no light out there. But we still make the choice. No, I choose darkness. We always have a choice. My beloved sisters, my beloved friends, my beloved leaders. We always have a choice in life. Again, it's perception. They are the stories we tell ourselves. Oh, I don't have a choice. No. Even when you choose not to make a decision, that's a choice. The greatest power we have, that our Creator God gave us, is the willpower. And believe me, with that same willpower, People have the right to say, I don't believe in God. They have turned against him. He doesn't exist because he's giving them sovereign power to believe in what they want to believe, and so shall it be. Be it done unto you according to your faith. If you believe I exist, fine. I could do anything to wipe you off, but because I am a God of principle, I gave you the ability to make choices. I gave you the will to make decisions, to do things, or to stay stuck in your situation and complain. I'm not going to take it away from you. Even if that decision means you have to reject me, you have to curse me, so be it. But there are consequences of that action. It's like there is a principle of gravity on this planet. It's a principle. Blueprints are principles. They are laws that govern us, that allow us to thrive, to succeed, to be joyful almost effortlessly. So we flow with the tides. We flow with the wind. Think about it. I don't know if some of you have been to the beach, especially beaches here in England. They are not really meant for swimming because the tides is always high. You know, the wind and all of that, you can be taken away. So if you go there, whether you know how to swim or not, when the tides, when the waves come, oh my goodness, it's going to go with you effortlessly. That's what principles are. That's what blueprints or, laws of nature are. When we abide with them, when we align with them, when we see our life in alignment with the principle of life, with God's divine design for life, we flow effortlessly. We become happier. We become joyful. Like I was talking about, the principle, the law of gravity. Gravity says anything on this planet Earth. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. Whether you're a believer, you're an unbeliever, you're a Muslim, you're a Catholic, you're a Christian. Anything in life that is at a high level, you go up. If you jump, if you leave it, it comes down effortlessly. You don't have to learn how to go down. Gravity will push you effortlessly. You don't do anything, whether you believe in it or not. So if you want to go down, if you want to go on, a downward journey, if you put yourself in a position where you align with the flow of gravity, it makes your descent easier. It makes your movement easier. It's the same thing like when they are playing footballs. They always have to change, after 30 minutes or halftime, 45 minutes. Because sometimes the wind may be going against the opponents. So it favors those who are actually in the direction and flow of the wind. Can you imagine you kick the ball, the wind helps to kick the ball and takes it to the pole without you even making any effort. So they have to change. So everybody has the same advantage. Everybody has nature, the laws of nature, the principles of nature, helping them to move effortlessly. Thoughts. What does nature say? What is the divine design about your thoughts? As you and I think, so we become. As I think. Never as my mother thinks, my father thinks, my mother-in-law, the immigration officer. They might have all their thoughts. People's thoughts are called opinions. Your thoughts are your thoughts. Because they are thinking what they have, but to you, it's an opinion. Because like I said, anyone who did not create an object or something, everything they say about that thing they didn't create are opinions. It's only the creator of something that tells the truth, Destiny, about that creation. Truth is actually how the creation functions to fulfill its purpose. Your thoughts become who you are. Your thoughts become things. So my beloved friend, my beloved incredible leader, if you think in a certain way, if you continually think negative, come on. We cannot make excuses. We cannot blame others. I do understand, and I hear people say this. Unfortunately, we live in a society now where we tend to push every responsibility to other people, to the government, to the society. You hear people, I agree with you, okay? To an extent, I don't even agree, honestly, because I've always said this. You becoming rich or poor, it's not about money. is about ideas and vision. Excuse me. The poorest man on earth is not a man without money. Is a man without vision. Is a man without dreams. So actually, there is nothing to do with poverty that is linked to wealth or money and all of that. It took those who are rich today. Yes, some will say generational riches. Let's go back. If we were all created by one God, I guess, I don't guess. He's a God of abundance. He had everything. How come some of us, so we're all family, we became poor and we went poorer and poorer? Okay, we started taking responsibility of our lives. We started taking responsibility of our thoughts. We started thinking we are not good enough. We cannot achieve this. We cannot be that. We cannot be that. We started passing on responsibility to other people. Like just to tell you the story of the Bible, where they talk of Adam and Eve, the first people who were created, when they sinned. First thing, why did you do what I asked you not to do? Why did you eat from the fruit when God asked Adam? First thing, blame, shift the blame. The woman you put by me was responsible. She gave it to me to eat. Now God turned to this woman. Why did you do this? I asked you not to eat this fruit from that tree. The fruit of the knowledge of evil and good. Why did you do it? Another thing, blame, shift the responsibility. This serpent tempted me, caused me to do that. So do you see, we changed our thoughts. We started giving responsibility, power, and authority over our lives, over our dreams, over our visions to other people. And their thoughts now started becoming our own thoughts, and they transform our way of thinking. They made us think we are not good enough. So what I was saying is, it doesn't matter. People now are making excuses. They will say things like, oh, people who have poor mental health, things like that really, really pains me, which is why I wrote the book, The Power of Perception. And I really encourage you. Sarah has this, she's sharing with some of you. If you are watching me on Zoom, whatever, get this book, The Power of Perception. Change your narrative and transform your life. It will transform your life. It will transform your way of thinking. Because perception is everything. Like I'm saying, the way I see something, the way I understand it, and the way I interpret it will determine the way I'll respond to it. Am I right? Think about it. I'm speaking to you in English. Maybe you had a translator right now in Spanish, in Italian, or in French. And I say you are beautiful. That translator interpreted it completely different to you. You're going to hear something else. You're going to understand something else. Your response will be according to what you have understood and made of that situation, the meaning you've given it based on your understanding. So people say things like, yeah, I think when we have disproportionate rate of health, mental health and well-being, we should be looking at the rate of poverty, racism. Believe me, I'm sorry, but all of this is utter nonsense. They are blaming my decision to think negatively on maybe poor health, on racism. I've got the sovereign willpower. When I come here and talk to you 50 times a day, 20 times a day, 100 times a day, please think positive. Your thoughts are powerful. Please speak positive. Your words are powerful. Words are life or death. If your words are toxic and they are deadly, they will kill you. Why don't you take it on board? Why is it easy for us to take the negative thoughts and beliefs of other people and hold it on as ours, and then we blame them? If we have to blame people, unfortunately, we cannot change. It means we are giving the power and authority to be healthy, to be fit, to be successful over to them. You caused me to be negative. You caused me to be sick. You caused me to be depressed. Unless you are ready to come and change me, I'm going to get stuck in this situation. That's exactly what we do when we blame people. And the power of perception tells us the first principle to live in the life you were born to live, to rewrite in your story, your narrative about who you are, your life, your message. The first principle is taking responsibility. You cannot control what you are not responsible for. Take, for example, you step into the car. Step into my car, I want to give you a lift, I'm the driver. You are not in control. I'm responsible for driving that car. If that driver wants to drive you off off the track, off the road, unfortunately, your life is almost like at the mercy of that driver. If they've taken some drinks, they are drunk, the car is working perfectly, the road is perfectly fine, but the mindset has a problem. They are in control. They are responsible for driving that car and ensuring that car stays on the road or goes off track. You have no control. If they drive well, at your mercy, thanks to them, you get to your destination safely. If they don't drive well, unfortunately, the car will be knocked off, you will have an accident, and that's it. That's exactly the same thing that happens in life. We are in a journey of life. You cannot allow someone to drive you through this journey. Each one has their own race to run. We are running the race of life to an unknown that we don't know yet, which gives us the ability to develop faith, which is another principle that governs us to move confidently into the unknown that we've not yet seen, we've not yet touched. But because by divine design, he reveals to us the end at the very beginning. He reveals to us the beauty, the promises, the blessings that await you and I at the end of this race. The fulfillment, the success, the impact we'll have in people's life. We are excited to run this race. We hold on to that vision and we take control of our race. You cannot leave another person drive your life. That's what happens when we blame people. So if I pause here, people are making all of these narratives. Oh, it's because poverty. We need to look at the root causes. The root causes comes from your beliefs, your mind. Some people, you keep eating junk. My husband was saying, soon they will close all McDonald's in the world. Because they will say, McDonald's are making people obese. Because I was talking to him, we're just talking about, some of these businesses that sell alcohol. I said, but honestly, I think it's not a good business. As a Christian sweetheart, you can't do a business like that. He says, but it's a business. I said, no, you don't drink alcohol. It means you are causing people, you are giving a platform for people to come and drink and get drunk. So he smiled. He said, why don't they go and close and blame all the McDonald's and fast food in the world? I said, but food is different. He says, no, because they are making people to be obese. So you now hold a businessman responsible for your indecision or for your lack of discipline. You truly go and eat junk food every day. Destiny, give me an orange. How much is this orange? Just 5 oranges. Give me an orange. No, a full one, please, Mama. 5 oranges cost £1. Okay? How many of us would prefer to go buy, you don't have sweets, candies, rather than buy 5 oranges of £1? We make excuses. Prices have gone high. How many women I know will spend money upon money smoking, vaping, or it's vaping, whatever they call it, rather than buying healthy food? We blame society, poverty. That's why they can't have good food to eat. No. Alcohol is so expensive. Alcohol, a bottle of alcohol, I'm sure it's expensive, more expensive than 5 oranges. Yet, people don't work. People on benefits. They afford alcohol. They afford drug. They afford cigarette. I was working with this incredible lady. I was shocked, but the work we do, we remain calm. We remain non-judgmental. We support people to thrive. So my opinions stay. I work based on principles. I don't share my opinions because it's not important. All right. I show you the truth. Whether you're happy with the truth or not, I always say if you're willing to have your life transformed, if you are ready, come and meet us. If you are not, because we're going to tell you the truth. And the truth hurts when we are not ready. It's like you come and meet me, you're super obese. The first thing, hey, let's look at your food. What do you eat? It's sensitive. You may be upset. You've got to start drinking water. This lady is struggling. Do you know what? I was shocked. She was taking alcohol. She's smoking weed. We went through her monthly expenses. What she spends on alcohol and weed. I was shocked. Sarah, £1,000, 200. £1,000, 200. She says, yes, sometimes when she doesn't meet it, they give her on loan. You see, like these people get into that circle. They will take something from you, your phone, they give you the drug. They give you the whatever. So by the next pay, it's not even pay because she's on benefit. By the time the next benefit comes, they are paying all their debts. Sometimes they go to this pawnbroker, leave something valuable. Can you believe that? My wonderful, amazing friends and sisters. Thank you, my darling Jacqueline, sending you lots and lots of love. Thank you, thank you. It's one of our wonderful leaders on Facebook. Thank you all for joining, and please do share. So, if you actually are not responsible for your life, how do you expect to live the life that you desire? How can we make excuses? The root causes, there are some genetical things that we cannot change, unfortunately, but we cannot live our life solely based on that. You know, I'm black, for example. Some of you might have wished, I heard people say, I wish I was born a white, I wish I was born in a Western country. I'm so proud. I was meant to be born in Africa. I was meant to be an African to do the work that I do. So it carries much weight that if I'm an African, I can achieve everything I achieve. I can speak with so much confidence. Then there is more hope for you, my beloved friends. There is more hope for you. So for my purpose, I had to be African, I had to be woman, I had to be a mother, I had to be married. Some will make excuses. You cannot be married and thrive in life. No, no. You cannot have children and thrive. You sacrifice your child if you have to climb up the career ladder. That's not true. So I'm just pleading with you. This perception, people will be like, mental health or racism. Let me ask you this question. Go back to Africa. Africa, the currently third world country, is super poor. Am I right, Sarah? Am I right? You know, beautiful, amazing ladies. Super, super. Not even some people are living well, but, you know, some are living in, great poverty. How many of them? Some will say, people are always finding excuses. Or because they don't go to the hospital, they don't document it. Well, how many people are depressed? I never knew the word stress until I went to Italy in my life. I've never heard the word stress all through my life in Africa. I went to Italy when I was in university. I've got Destiny coming. When she was 7 years old. In year what? Telling me, mommy, my friends said they are so stressed. They have anxiety. Come on. Come on. And she's asking them, what problems do you really have? Your parents are taking care of you. What problems? Africa, people don't have. But you know why? We are grateful. When you express gratitude, it says a cheerful heart works healing. A cheerful heart is medicine to your soul. When you express gratitude, endorphin is released. Serotonin is released. Oxytocin, the love hormone, is released. It makes you more. You're happier. Look at people in Africa. I was sharing this with one of our friends who visited the other day. I said the best time I really enjoy Christmas is when I go back home. You see someone, I remember my first image after being in Italy. I went home for one Christmas after 2 years. This man had no shoes. It was on Christmas Day. Somebody has given him a drink, a beer. And his clothes was kind of really dirty, tattered. He had it, he drank, he sang, he danced, he turned around. He said, life is beautiful. I was touched and moved with joy. Pure happiness. Yeah, what do they say? Christmas. As if Christmas has become a season for gifts. Oh, some children are lonely during Christmas. Not every child has gift. Give them the gift of love. Give them the gift of self-confidence and self-development. A child in poverty in Africa knows that I've got love. I've got much more. Push it back, Destiny, showing them. I've got this, I've got that. And they are not so focused on the material things. We come and make excuses. Some people say this. Christmas is the worst season. What has Jesus done for you? It's his birthday. It's the worst season of the year. Why should my birthday be the worst day of your life? It's got nothing to do with you. It's my birthday. Celebrate him or don't celebrate him. Christmas is Jesus' birthday. Why would it be the worst day of your life? And it says, because they have no one. They have no one to give them gifts. Perception. It shapes our core beliefs. It shapes what we believe about ourselves. How we see ourselves. How we see life. And we start replaying that as if we are living out a script that was given to us to act a movie. You know how actors, that's not their real life. They step in. Some of us watch movies, we cry as if it was truth. People are acting. They're doing their job to pay. They give them scripts. They read them. A great actor acts so well because they live by the scripts. Some of us are not living life. We are acting. And that's why we are estranged from our real selves. We don't know who we are because we are detached from our true meaning, what? Power and essence. Because we are living out the narrative, the scripts given to us by that father 50 years ago in the name of some. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. And I thank God again, I had to be a medical professional. I had to study medicine. I had to study, the depth of human system, blood, mind. So I might teach these things. Because there are a lot of things that people say. Believe me, the pharmaceutical company is in business. They are doing business. They want to make money. They are selling you some drugs. Those drugs are more destructive than beneficial. And they come and tell you, you are having these thoughts. You are depressed. There are seasons in life. I'm super happy. Can I be always happy all my life? No. My child is hurt. Something happens. I lost a loved one. I will grieve. I will cry. Sometimes sharing some of your stories, your journeys, I'm in pain. And that's why I'm so passionate to speak out, to stand for truth, to hold you, to walk with you. Because the more of us that exist in the world, the more people we can transform, the more light can be in our world. Why am I shining at my full potential? If I'm only a 100 watt that can shine my light within this vicinity, when I've got Sarah shining, I've got Janet shining, I've got Mawa, Jacqueline, I've got all of you shining. What happens? What a greater light we have. People far away will be able to see our lights together and walk and not stumble. That's my vision. That's my purpose. I want you to know the truth and live by the truth. That's what gives you true freedom. We cannot make excuses. When I make excuses, I give my power and authority over and I become a prisoner. I live the life society wants me to live. So what are these blueprints? We are looking at the blueprint of perception. As you think, so you are, period. No debate. Whether you believe it or not is not for discussion. Just show me your life. The consequences are evident. If you go up, whether you pray and fast, you said, oh, I've been sent by God. I've fasted for 50 days. God says, if I jump, I'm going to suspend. I'm going to fly. Believe me, there are times of miracle. There's a principle God. He wants to work based on principles so you can teach others. You're going to fall down. You were designed to stay on earth, not in water. If you want to go there and compare yourself with fishes, you get into water, you need some special equipment to be able to breathe underwater. But you can't live in water all your life. You're going to drown and die. The principle says man does not live in water. That's principle. That's truth. It doesn't matter my religion. It doesn't matter my skin color. What is the truth of our mental well-being? What is the principle that governs optimal mental well-being and health? And I'll tell you this. I live this. This is my life. This is my experience. I'm not unique, but simply because it's like I am telling you I live when I jump, I fall. It's not because of me. It's not because of who I am. It's not because I want to brag. The principle of gravity is pushing me down. The ultimate creator has created his universe in a way that everything that goes up on this planet Earth will fall down. I'm just harnessing the power of gravity to facilitate my going down, my flowing down, and all of that. So how do I actually harness the power of nature, the principle of thriving in optimal mental health and well-being? A mind, your mind, my mind is designed to be governed by the Spirit. You remember the first session we did self-awareness, understanding we are spiritual beings. We are made of a spirit, soul, and body. Our soul has our mind, emotions, and will. Our body is this physical. The true power and life is in us is spirit. And that's why love is not a physical content. It's not a physical stuff. You can't touch love. But when you are loved, you experience it. By the way, love is not a feeling. I was just sharing Valentine's Day. Some people are like, oh, love is whatever. All of this narrative again. Skewed perception that society has given us. People blame other people. for making them not experience love. Because I say I am gay, I'm this, you are against me, you are homophobic, then I don't live my truth. I don't own a truth. I own a truth only in something I created. Truth is universal. Truth is transcendent. Like I said, I don't own the truth that governs the law of gravity. I allow it to be experienced in my life, or I harness that truth. Truth is a law, is a principle that governs a creation, that governs a thing, and that truth is defined by the creator of that thing. Let me give an example. The truth about this mobile phone is never determined by me, can never be determined by me. I have a Samsung phone here. You might have an iPhone. Manufacturer had a vision long before you and I saw this end product. We were sleeping, we were playing, we were eating McDonald's. We are very healthy. We are eating oranges. We are healthy. I'm talking to amazing healthy women here. Perfect. They were working behind the scene. They had a vision. I want to design something that you'll be able to make calls with. When you do the screen this way, when the battery runs down, you have to recharge it so it can work again without being connected to the source that fuels and re-energizes it to be able to work. If you consume it and the battery runs out, it will not function anymore. And then he gives it to me. I come now. Oh, because of where I come from. Because of my skin color, because of the oppression, I feel this phone is no longer a phone. I feel this way about this phone. I have this, how do we say it? This feeling. I don't think this is a phone. Nah. Because I'm depressed today. That's my opinion. It wouldn't change the truth about this phone. And the creator, the manufacturer, the visionary behind the phone says, my product is designed to function out of water. You place it in water, you will destroy the phone. If you break it, handle it with care. Put some, protective layers over it. If it falls and it breaks, it will impact the screen. Those are laws, those are principles that govern the functioning of this phone. If you and I want this phone to fulfill its purpose, to serve us at its maximum potential, and then it says, once you've used it without a charger for maybe 10 hours continuously, you've got to recharge it. If you don't recharge it, it will die. It cannot function again. Your opinion doesn't matter. Excuses doesn't matter. Excuses do not matter. You can't say, oh, because I was playing. The consequences. You were playing, you forgot to charge it. You were in a hurry, you forgot your charger. Consequences, a dead phone. It cannot serve you when you need it. Your opinion doesn't matter. This body needs to rest. This mind thrives on positive thoughts. This body thrives on positive words. Every word you speak are life or death. Every word you speak are positive or negative. There is no halfway. There is no comma. You're not going to go into a comma and wait for maybe some doctors to resuscitate you or whatever. You're dead or you're alive based on your own words. Your words does not come from the external. So don't blame your ex, your mother, your father. Every word you speak comes from the depth of your heart. Every thought you think, every thought I think comes from the depth of my heart. I can't blame X, Y, Z. Think the way they think. It's like you are thinking, oh, this iPhone, because I had a disappointment, it's not good enough. That's your opinion. That's your opinion. I have been using my phone perfectly well, following the manufacturer's instructions. I charge it when the battery is about to run out, so it might serve me better, so it doesn't die. Do you recharge? You've got to rest this body. You've got to rest this mind. You've got to exercise this body. You've got to feed this body with healthy food and meal. It was designed to be nurtured and nourished not only with physical words, but also with great nourishment. If you choose to eat junk, fatty things every single day, believe me or not, believe in the principle of healthy living, healthy eating or not, it doesn't matter. Consequences, you increase. You just start wondering, your weight increasing, things and all of that just increasing. Let me share this funny story with you. I was just telling my husband once. Okay, like sometimes during Christmas, I just take a break and just relax. I work out quite often, like at least 5 times a week. And just chill at home. So if I don't exercise or if I'm very busy, I do work out at home. I don't go to the gym. Perfect. So this Christmas season, we had family over. Honestly, I did not work out for almost 2 weeks. And did I really eat? We had family. I ate, okay? More than I would normally eat. Not junk, but of course eating sometimes late at night because we stay till late at night. Did I put some weight? Oh, sure. And I was telling my husband and one of my cousins, fat has a way that it appears. It will find any space. It just comes here and you just see your body growing and growing and growing. That's the consequences. Consequences. When you've been thinking negative, your mind, a mind that is governed by the spirit. I was talking to you before, this principle of spirit before I came to this, brings life to your entire body and being. You want to have life, you want to be joyful, we want to experience optimal life. We didn't come here to survive. We came to live life fully and wholly. You have got to allow your mind to be transformed only from the spiritual realm. You've got to actually give the definite instruction. It must come from the spirit, not from the external. Not from what you see, not from what you hear, not from what XYZ said, but from what is within your spirit. And that comes from the divine, from your creator. It's like the manual of this phone. You've got to align. The only way, if you want to use this phone successfully without it breaking down, do not put it in water. When the battery is running down, charge it. You don't charge it, it dies, there is no way. You can't blame anyone. It's the same thing. You can't blame anyone. I'm so sorry. Again, I am honest. I am truthful. I must tell you the truth. We cannot blame racism. Our parents used to be truly, in those days when you really had slavery, they were not mentally unwell. Can you imagine slaves building the greatest infrastructure in the world? Highest level of mental, manual labor. They were oppressed. They were physically abused. They were psychologically abused. Yet they rose. We are only their offsprings. We didn't live those moments. Slavery is abolished. Do you know what it means? You stepped into a bus in those days of apartheid. Let's look at Nelson Mandela and they tell you because of your skin, step out. Nelson Mandela went to prison. Do you know what it means? Half of his life, youthful, vibrant life, spent in prison. Come on, we are joking. What happened? We are talking of mental illness because of racism. Have you and I truly experienced slavery? Slavery is worse than racism. I always say this. If you don't love me for my color, I don't bother. I'm a woman of so much value. When you don't love me, you miss the value I've got to add in your life. Not everybody has to love us. From where we come from, some will not love you because of the tribe you come from. There's tribalism. So let's go to our small confinements. In Cameroon, there's tribalism. Some tribes will work only with their tribes. Some tribes, when they see opportunities, they call only their tribesmen. Think about Nelson Mandela. His perception. We cannot allow the ignorant to govern us. My people perish for lack of knowledge. My people perish for ignorance. One of my great friends once said this. If you think knowledge is expensive, you know how we say, oh, I don't have money, I can't do my personal development, I can't buy a book. We always complain. Yeah, we can buy cigarette. Yet, my great ladies, pardon me, you can do all the eyelashes, you can do all the hair pieces. I hear people buying hair pieces for thousands of pounds. Come on, I look so beautiful, don't I? With this my hair. Look at Sarah, look at us. Believe in yourself, know who you are. I could literally shave my hair and I'll be so beautiful because I know that beauty is from within me. The beauty comes and it glows and it shines all over your body. And he said this, ignorance is more costly than knowledge. You will die. Ignorance will cost you your life. So if someone does not like you because of your color, if they think you are less, imagine some people, is that not the highest level of stupidity and ignorance to say I am a monkey? Hey, how do you get upset? Please tell me, how do you begin to get upset with someone that comes and looks at a beautiful woman like me and say, you monkey? Did you really have a problem? Do you have problems with your eyes? Do you see well? And if they say, yeah, do you have mental stability or instability problems? Do you see what I mean? I can't allow the ignorant person's narrative perception about me to impact me. So this principle of your spiritual power, which is higher than this physical, says, as long as you allow your spirit to govern your mind, you're fine. You're going to thrive in optimal mental health and well-being. There is absolutely no depression. I've said this again. People can live depression-free life. I live it. I'll live it. It's not bragging. It's just like people can live without drinking alcohol. You can't tell me, oh, Sylvia, you don't have to brag that you don't drink alcohol. Alcohol is tasteless. Alcohol. I work to impact people. I need to be sober. I don't want anything that would distort my way of thinking. When you drink alcohol, it affects your ability to concentrate. It affects your consciousness. I've got to save life. I've got to impact women. Some call me at certain hours. I've got to be sober. I've got 3 incredible children who are great visionaries. They have a future ahead of them. I need to be sober. I need to be present always. I don't need to be consumed or my mind to be taken off by some alcohol. So it's like you tell me I'm bragging. I'm not bragging. You just made your choice. It's like I choose water. Why do people who always want to live the poor life tend to blame those who are living the great life when they brag about it that they are bragging? Or they came with this thing, Sarah, toxic positivity. Positivity is positivity. It's positivity. You see, because the negative people always want something negative. You have a positive charge, you have a negative charge. Positive and negative, there is neutralization. It shows you how powerful positive is. You must transform your mind. What's the time, my darling Sarah? Thank you all. Thank you all. Hi, my darling Dr. Neva. Lovely to see you, sweetheart. How many minutes?
6 minutes past.
Perfect.
Wow.
Perfect.
7 minutes past.
Thank you. This is so beautiful. I know I could continue. I could speak, especially when I'm like in the mood, and I could go on and go on and go on. Perfect. But we're going to stop shortly because it's from 12 to 1. For some of you, if you're watching on YouTube, we do this every Wednesday. We have other programs at Voice of Nations. You can contact us to send you the Zoom link so you can join on Zoom and it's more interactive. And you can also follow the replay on YouTube. So I'm inviting you all to change your perception. Those of you who are listening to me for the first time, please do get your copy of this book, The Power of Perception. It will change your life. It will transform your way of thinking. The first thing, we've got to take responsibility. That's why children are under our responsibility. You cannot blame children for anything because they can't care for themselves. That's why they need adults to be responsible for them. We are now adults. If we blame others for our lives, it means we are leaving our destiny for them to, to take care of. In other words, they will choose if I'm happy or not. They will choose if I'm depressed today or I'm not depressed. Please, yes, there are some root causes. And also in this book, I think I shared that, a story that I'll close with today. 2 brothers, like I said, perception is subjective, it's individual. It's got nothing to say. People say, oh, you cannot understand my situation. You cannot understand. The new thing that they say is lived experiences. Some people own negative experiences like it belongs to me. No, you cannot tell this story because you've not lived it. Total author. I'm sorry. Again, it's the negative way society wants us to see things, so we are trapped in our own past, in our own insecurities. Our mind is designed in such an incredible way to forget trivial experiences. The hippocampus is where we store memory in our brain. The hippocampus has the highest amount of stem cells in the brain. And also compared to other parts, of course, the bone marrow, it has stem cells and all of that. But do you know why? It's by divine design. Remember not the former things. I am doing a new thing in your life. Can't you perceive it? Can't you see it? God wants us to be vision driven. God wants us to be purpose driven. When you are driving a car, you are focused towards your destination. You cannot be looking back and expecting to go ahead. So our hippocampus has the ability to renew itself. New cells, the old cells are gone, and it builds new. It calls neurogenesis. That's how brain cells are formed. New cells. So those memories are wiped off. As the cell is being replaced, the memories are gone with it. Isn't that amazing? Which means by natural design, we are meant to forget things that are not important or are not necessary for us to thrive. We are meant to forget past traumatic experiences, but some of us get stuck on it. We hold on to. Your brain is saying, allow me to renew. You are saying, don't let go of these cells. I love this negative cell so much. It's mine. It's my experience. I want to own it. Experiences are valuable. Don't get me wrong. Our past, present, and future is all an entire part of us. It's so crucial and important. But there are the stories you tell about it that will make you to use your past as a stepping stone to achieve your future, not as a stumbling block. So in this case, if you allow those things to be gone, and a new research showed that people who are super intelligent and creative, guess what? They don't have space for trivial things. They forget trivial things because the mind needs space. It needs to create new cells. Can't you perceive it? Forget the former things. I'm doing a new thing. I'm creating a new business. I'm writing a new book. I'm creating a new program to impact and transform lives. I don't have time for trivial memories. They are being deleted as my brain cells are being renewed to create more impactful and positive neurons that will release all the serotonin I need and make me more creative and be more attractive towards the things I need. I will tell you this story next week, or should I end with the story, Sarah? I think it will be very helpful because I'm really looking at all the excuses we make. I heard about this story. Two brothers living together, the same father, the same mother. Father was addicted, father was an alcoholic, drug, whatever. Mother as well, mentally ill. Two brothers. After about 20 years, they went back to look at their life. The person who wrote the book actually went back to look at the life. The other one, I'm not sure whether it's the first or the second now, one of the brothers was an addict, was in jail, his life was actually shattered. They said, oh, what happened? How could you become? He said, it's obvious. My father, if you look at my father, my mother, how I grew up, they were addicts. That's the only environment. That's what I saw growing up. So it was already predicted I would become this way. The other brother, successful entrepreneur, has an organization that helps youth with rehabilitation and all of that. He's doing exceedingly well, married with an incredible family. They went back to him and said, how did you do this? How? Your brother is there. I know your childhood was a terrible one. Your parents was addicted. He smiled and said, it's obvious. My parents taught me how not to live my life. The way they lived their life was enough example for me how not to live my life. So when you talk about lived experiences, what are you talking about? It's only one part of the thing, of the whole journey. You live it, but the story you tell about it will shape your life and determine your life. Did they all live with an addicted alcoholic father and mother? Yes, they did. Are those their lived experiences? Yes, they are. Can anyone take it away from them? No, you can't. How did it transform them? How did they interpret that situation? One is obvious, I'm going down the drain. The other is obvious, this is a lesson. My parents are teaching me how not to live my life. I don't want to be like them. Every day I come, they are down, they're sick, they don't have money. I don't want to be that way. He said I had to look for mentors. I had to look for people who have the principles I desire. And he is successful. So my beloved, lived experiences is only one bit of it. It's a story you tell. Every experience is worthy. Every experience. Jesus died on the cross so we can be saved. The worst experiences in life, worthy. And actually deserves recognition and has the power to transform our lives and the lives of others. It has that power. But when we don't make use of that power, unfortunately, it traps us in the prison of our past. And we stay there making excuses. Two brothers, the same family, the same experiences, the perception, how they saw that experience, how they understood and interpreted it, transformed their lives. Perception becomes a reality. Go forward and create the perception that you want. You are the author of your life. You've been given the pen. Write the story you love to tell. Write the story if you had children tomorrow. Let's say they are reading your life story. What would you want them to read about you? I guess you don't want them to be reading about the narrative that your ex, your whatever told. You want to give them a fresh perspective of the beautiful, amazing soul that you are. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you from Facebook and those who are watching on YouTube. And to all you wonderful ladies, Sarah, let's give 1 minute or a few minutes. I don't want to rush. If they have questions, please. Anyone has question, so take this with you. Perception is powerful. Again, go get this book. It will transform your life. Powerful examples, powerful analogies. And I don't teach by just saying this is that. Like I've given you an example now. It's for you to choose. 2 different boys, that's how I teach. I give you analogies, but I consistently tell truth in an unwavering manner. If you love truth, you love me. Even if you don't love truth, you love me because I keep smiling and I bring a lot of joy and peace wherever I go. So you better love us. Thank you. Any questions, my wonderful ladies? Let me see. Thank you, Jacqueline says, I love you. Thank you, my darling Jacqueline. Thank you, Unapologetic, Words of Wisdom. Thank you, you're all blessed. Oh, that's amazing. Anybody has any final questions, please? Or if you want to put in the group, then that would be amazing. Let me just see.
Yeah, if you cannot speak right now, you can put in a group later on.
Okay.
I know Bernadette was joining. That's good because she's here. So I knew that I didn't want to stop you because you were talking.
Okay.
So thank you very much, Dr. Sylvia.
You're all welcome. Thank you so much, Sarah. Thank you for leading the group at the beginning. I really appreciate all that you do, and I appreciate all you wonderful ladies. Keep working on yourself. Keep changing your perception. All the way you have seen things before. That negative report that came to you, I want you to go and change the way you are looking at it now. Maybe you've been living a lifestyle that if you didn't have that negative report, I had people who would have led themselves to death, but they had a negative report. You have to stop drinking alcohol. You have to stop eating junk. They had to lose weight. They had to stop eating some certain foods. So look at those reports like that. It's a wake-up moment for you to now start living the life that you were born to live, because you're special, you're unique, you're marvelous, you're amazing. Anyone who does not see your worth is ignorant, and don't bother about them. So many more will appreciate you. It's like throwing diamonds among peaks. The peaks won't value diamonds. It doesn't change the world of diamonds. You are more than diamonds, amazing, phenomenal ladies, and the men who listen to this. I love you all, and God bless you. You all have a wonderful and glorious day, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
And Destiny says bye. Okay, she wants to say bye. Come and say bye.
Destiny, come and say goodbye.
Okay, come and say bye.
Yay.
Don't take that off, Mama.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Bye, everyone. Love you all, and God bless. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Okay, sweetheart. Bye. Oh, bye. Thank you all. Lots of love.